Toodles. I just came on. I wasn't gonna go live, but then I came on and I saw Donna crying. It may have already happened, and that's why she's crying. But what the hell is going on? There's no sound here. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. But it looks like there's no sound in the courtroom yet. But that is not looking good. Whoa. Hey there. I see one person in here with me. I don't know. Did I miss it? I'm gonna see if I'm gonna play it on my TV and put it on. Because if nothing's happened yet and she's crying, it seems like now she finally understands the gravity of what she's up against. The feed is so long because they've just left it running all day. Yikes. And Rashbaum is no longer sitting there. When I first started, he was there. So, oh my God, what is happening? See, this is the hard part for me because this is when I feel bad for her, even though, I mean, she's human. I'm human. I'm just like, oh God, this part is heartbreaking, but consequences, consequences, consequences. She's had a great life. She's traveled. This is not how she should be spending her, is it golden years? What's after golden years? But she put herself here. Nobody else put her here. But oh God, it's painful to watch. Do you guys think Wendy is watching any of this? Like, or okay.
Everyone can be seated. The court has concluded its in-camera hearing with formal counsel and remaining counsel, Mr. Morris.
Remaining.
Adelson, depending if you choose to hire additional counsel or just reset the trial date, you'll certainly be able to work with Mr. Morris as your attorney in making that decision. But the trial is going to be continued from today. The jurors will be released this afternoon. Again, as to the inconvenience and delay that this has caused, I'm not happy, but at the same time, we're trying to get this right so we do not have to do it a second time. I will speak with the parties again when we have the next case management hearing. We are in recess. Yeah, all four. Have they reported yet? Yeah. I can go down and release them again, but
Yikes. So I missed the part because I was actually recording another video and I said I wasn't going to go live. And then I looked up and Donna was crying and it was silent. So I was like, I need to talk to my people. So it sounds like he removed Rashi, which I mean, we had the poll earlier. It was majority, like 60-something% thought it was, and that they had not walled themselves off enough. But see, this is and this is why I say it gets hard for me because I mean, I'm human. I actually, where am I? I've disappeared. Hopefully you can still hear me. I actually feel sorry for her in this instance, even though this is a result of her own actions, because I mean, a year ago we did this and she understood it was a risk, but because of her reaction right now, I don't think they properly prepared her. I don't think Rashbaum, I don't know what Alex said to her, but I don't think he properly explained to her what the risks were and that at some point he might have to step out. I understood it clearly. I'm a non-legal person. I'm assuming Donna is, although Donna and the IRS, does that count? Okay, let me not be shady. But I understood it from the beginning that he might later be excused. And I thought, oh, that's a huge risk, knowing that she's on the wire saying, or not even on the wire, on the what they call the hot mic, when she hung up, or she thought she hung up after Charlie was disconnected, and she said, oh, Dan told us it was worth a shot. What other Dan could it be but Dan Rashbaum, right? And so if that was going to come into evidence, he would have had to excuse himself. I mean, I don't know if it would have been as drastic as this, but that still was a conflict, right? And so if they had fully prepared her for this, then she would have had the option to opt out of Dan Rashbaum 12 months ago. But again, she thought he was great. Charlie thought he was great. It was Teflon. I wonder if, oh my God, come on, conspiracy theorists. Did Charlie Adelson, was he aware that this might happen? Surely his attorney was. And so basically he was willing to risk his mom to save himself, is how I'm interpreting it. Tell me if I'm being too dark. But I do feel bad for her. I'm sure she feels isolated and lonely, and that means she's going back to the jail for another undetermined amount of time until, when is the trial management? Now, see, they're going to have me docket watching for them. And Katie Kool-Lady is there, and a bunch of people came in for town for the trial, and now it's not happening. If this trial gets covered at the same time that Sarah Boone gets, I don't think it'll be that fast. So that attorney's got a lot of discovery to go through. Yeah, she is looking distraught. I know her tummy is doing flip-flops. See, that's the part where I'm like, oh, I know too much about these people that I'm feeling sorry for the villains. But you know, she gets the upset stomach and the gas and the bubble guts and all that, and probably feeling lost. She's got to hire a new attorney from the position that she's in now. I don't think, no, because she had the rabbi's wife come and visit her, but I know a lot of people are saying Leon County doesn't have visitors. They haven't in-person visits since COVID. But then I know Rashbaum went in to see Charlie when he was there. I don't know enough about the specifics of who can come in and how it's happening, or if it's video visits or what. But still, she's meeting this person, you know, while she's cuffed and in the lovely outfit from the jail. Whereas when she met Rashbaum, you know, they were more equally situated. So to me, that feels like a disadvantage. You know, it's kind of like, my ladies will understand this. You know, when you have a new gynecologist, that it's a good gynecologist if your first conversation with them, you have all your clothes on. If the gynecologist wants you in the chair, table, whatever, with legs akimbo for the first time when you meet, and you're like shaking hands between your legs, it's not a good kind of gynecologist. Run. So that's what I'm saying. Like, meeting, not that this a lawyer is going to be like a gynecologist and he can break her out of jail to meet. I'm just saying, it feels like that unbalanced power is how they're going to be meeting, but yet he's still going to be spending her money, you know. And how many attorneys are going to be willing to take this case, money aside? But honestly, this is the best thing. This is the best thing for Donna. They are ensuring her rights are protected. It's the best thing for justice that we don't have to do this trial again because it gets overturned on appeal. It is ultimately the best thing for everyone. I just feel bad that Donna has come this far and now is back to square one. But justice delayed is not justice denied, and the Markells will get justice. So wow. We must stop meeting like this. I'm like, I have to go and get dressed for things. I'm supposed to be doing things. But then I saw her crying and I was like, I gotta talk to my people. What happened? I'm gonna go back. Let me just go back because now I want to see what the hell happened earlier. Oh God, how many minutes were they dark? Let me just see. I'll do it off screen so I don't give anybody a seizure because it's showing bars. Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone can be seated.
I'm seated.
I'm almost scared to speak. Does anyone have anything to raise before we continue forward?
Yes, Judge. May I approach the lectern?
You may.
So, Judge, with the surprise issues of the last couple of days, I have asked for my prior client's waiver again, and with the change of circumstances, he has decided not to give it. So let me be clear. I have a waiver in the past. It's from December 12th, December 13th, and an independent lawyer spoke to him as well, although did not get a signature on the waiver. So we had a waiver. We thought we had a waiver. We didn't think there was an issue. But given the events of the last 2 days, I approached appellate counsel to get a new waiver. Thought that was the right thing to do, obviously, and the cleanest thing to do. And I'm not able to obtain that waiver at this point. So as a result, I need to withdraw from the case.
Very well. Does the state wish to be heard concerning the withdrawal of counsel?
I don't think I have anything appropriate to say on the matter, Judge. Your Honor,
Well
that's
put.
what we need to do. We would like to proceed, and I'd ask Your Honor to inquire whether we can proceed since I can chair representing Ms. Adelson, but obviously we're ready for trial and there's a lot at stake.
Mr. Morris, are you prepared to move through this trial without Mr. Rashbaum?
Judge, I did enough. I tried to think about all of the different potential rabbit trails, and the short answer is I do not believe that I am going to be able to be adequately prepared to proceed forward with the present calendar, primarily because of the division of labor in the case. I would move to continue for a brief period of time. That's also, in speaking with Mr. Ufferman, which is an issue that I'm going to request that we address, the objection by Mr. Adelson would still pertain to my cross-examination, and by extension, the third party would conduct cross-examination. In short, I need time to regroup.
Before we finish today, I will have the in-camera hearing review concerning whether you have been properly walled off. As to the withdrawal of lead counsel, I am going to permit it. The conflict issues are so severe, I believe, to move forward with the trial. Ms. Kappelman, Ms. Dugan would place us in a position where we would end up in a reversal. Let's go ahead and set a case management date. As to all the expense that has been undertaken with moving witnesses and preparing for trial, the state certainly, as a part of any cost of prosecution, if you are successful, may seek those costs as it relates to today, as this continuance will be charged to the defendant. As to a new date, when would the parties like to have a case management?
I think as soon as possible, Judge. I'm prepared to brainstorm with Ms. Kappelman and Ms. Dugan with the state to be able to get a trial date if we wanted to do that. But I don't know if we need additional time. But
Ms. Dugan advises she has a court date October 15th, so that would be my suggestion.
10:15 at 2:30 will be the follow-up case management to today. Before we go into recess, I am going to conduct the in-camera hearing with Mr. Morris as to any remaining issue of who should conduct the cross-examination of Charles Adelson if called as a witness. If the court reporter can meet me in the jury room, Mr. Morris, please as well.
Hi, badgered witness. Okay, I'm gonna mute them so you can hear me, but I have them in my ear. So this is the part where right when she started crying with the tissues where I came in. So basically what has happened is he has Rashbaum has removed himself from the case. But I think the important thing to note is he made one last attempt to talk to Charlie. And I don't know like legally what the procedure is, but I'm gleaning from what he said. He did not actually get to talk to Charlie. He talked to Charlie's attorney, trying to have Charlie confirm his prior waiver. The attorney said no, he's not waiving the conflict now, right? So that creates a problem for Donna because she's being denied part of her rights by having the conflict not waived by Charlie. So that means somebody else, based on what Charlie filed yesterday, is now going to have to cross-examine Charlie. And they're saying not even this Alex attorney is going to be able to cross-examine because they basically feel like he's been tainted. They don't have enough information about the walled off situation that they're alleging has happened. So it's all a clusterfuck. I feel horrible for Donna. Everything else aside. However, every cloud has a silver lining. And now she does not have to go with that BS extortion story that Charlie went with because she's got a totally different attorney and she can be like, I don't know what Charlie was talking about, but here's what I do know. Like, I don't know what he was talking about a child, but here's what he told me previously. And I would do anything to help out my Charlie. You know what I mean? However, this is costing the Florida taxpayers a ridiculous amount of money, and the jurors, because people have taken off for work, witnesses have been subpoenaed. I mean, we know just in our true crime community, our friends and nosy neighbors have gone down to be a part of it and have spent airplane ticket money, Airbnb money, hotel money, car rental money. Do you know what I mean? And so other witnesses, like poor Jeff Lacoste, like, did he know he was from dating that crazy woman? He was going to spend 10 years of her life testifying about her goings on. Like, good Lord, is he married too? I hope Jeff is married and has children and a beautiful life. And then I'm like, the one neighbor, Dan's neighbor, who saw the Prius go away, he's elderly. Is this how he wanted to spend the last 10 years of his life? And please, sir, hold on for at least one more year because we need you to testify. Do you know what I mean? Like the delay after delay after delay. But it sounds like maybe Rashi didn't tell her before he stood up and said what was the wording he said? He's not, did he say remove himself? If anybody knows. Sam, I'm not sure exactly what you're asking, but he wants to preserve his right, if you mean he, by Charlie, because he feels like he needs to be able to invoke the fifth so that he does not have to testify about statements that he made to his mom. He's only per the state for impeachment purposes. So if something came in that they could prove was a lie through Charlie's testimony, then he would testify. So it's not even certain, but he is in Florida. His prison is not in Florida. They have traveled. Again, the taxpayers of Florida have paid for him to travel back to Florida, and he's been in Tallahassee. I believe he has to be in Orange County jail. So the fact that they pulled this card yesterday is shitty. And he screwed his mom out of her, whatever her game plan was, it's over. But I'm saying that it could be a blessing in disguise. Not that I'm saying I think Donna should walk free, because clearly I know she's innocent until proven guilty. But honey, those phone calls, those emails. But I just hope that she finds the strength to be encouraged by this. It's a one step back, 2 steps forward, and it is what it is. Like, the tears are not going to bring Rashbaum back, but it seems like her world was rocked, which is also why I feel like she wasn't fully prepared that this might happen, because there was always a chance that this could happen. So good Lord. So whatever they're saying back there. But for those of you who are joining late, Rashbaum recused. He didn't use the word recuse. That's why I'm tripping up, because I want to say, I think maybe only the judges recuse themselves. Withdraw. I think he withdrew from the case. Look at, see, there she is over there with her. I'm gonna put myself in the corner with these tissues, girl. I wonder if the Markel boys are watching this. What do they think about Grandma Gotti? She ain't talking shit now. The Markels are gonna have the last word. That was her big thing. And that, and he had the whole like weird, she's like my mom. And then they were over there. I was watching Katie Kool-Aid while we waited for this. She said they're over there giggling together like mean schoolgirls off camera, because she's in the courtroom so she could see all that. That smile is gone. That smile is gone. All right, what is this? Hello, Patrick Witness. Okay, there's a certain guy who is, in my opinion, a pompous ass to be charitable, who is now going around saying he called this disaster from day one with Rashbaum on the case. Oh, interesting. I mean, I think a lot of the lawyers said this was going to be a problem. I don't think anybody predicted they were going to throw this grenade, as the judge said, the day before, but it just reeked with it just reeked with like, it stinks to high heaven that he's representing, and everybody was like, why would she even want him to represent her? He didn't win before. And if they're going, I believe they have to go with the same theory, because how could he stand before the judge and say, well, I was telling the truth then, but now I'm telling you something else that I know to be the truth? Do you know what I mean? And I know lawyers cannot, I always struggle with this word, suborn perjury. So if he did it, he had to believe it in order to put Charlie on the stand. If he didn't believe it, he could not have put him on the stand and suborned perjury by asking him questions that he knew the answer would be a lie. Okay, so now Rashbaum is going back for their in-camera conversation with the judge. And Alex, sorry, I don't know this man. Is it Morris? I think it's Alex Morris. Mr. Morris has come back out and is now talking with Donna. But you could see her body language changed, even though she's still sad. She's a very different relationship with Rashbaum than she does with Mr. Morris. And then you got the new guy over there who she met today, third party, who gave her impartial advice about her risk, who's built no relationship with her, but he's trying to lean in and at least be a party to the conversation, to protect her rights. All of this is to protect her rights. So what Charlie did puts her rights at risk. Maybe he will. Maybe he will. He can't really think he has a shot at an appeal. Like, I just want to know on what grounds does he think. I don't care quite enough to verify, but hand to God, I do not think he was saying this when us lay people were like, how is this a thing that is happening circa day one with Rashbaum? Oh my God. She sure did. And Wendy took note. She threw everyone under the bus. Girl, threw them under the bus and then backed the bus up over them twice. What? Wendy is like, deuces, she is in the wind. She is not going to be happy with Charlie. Wait till they see each other whenever the trial is, because this does not preclude Charlie being crossed, right? Because he has to be cross-examined in order for Donna's rights to be preserved. This does not preclude it, but it does kick off her favorite attorney. But maybe Charlie is thinking he's helping his mom, or like, oh, mom, I've realized he's not as great as we thought, and trying to side helper. I'm trying to give Charlie the benefit of the doubt. He's a mama's boy. I don't know. It's obvious their motto is always look out for number one. Now they've stepped in number two. Oh my God, I love that, Yana. No sorrow over them, but my heart breaks again for the Markells. Yes, my heart is truly broken for the Markells, but I mean, I do sometimes feel sorry. She's just there looking pitiful. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Tipping to be nosy. Hey there. Oh yes, thank you. I wanted to say thank you for the memberships. You gave out 5 memberships. Hopefully, I don't know if anybody who got them is back in here. I see Badger Witness is a member. Yana is a member. Thank you, Kathy, for giving 5 memberships. I greatly appreciate you, sis. All blindsided. Did anyone catch the conversation between Rashbaum and Kappelman before the judge entered earlier? They're both okay. Astounded.
I can go down and release them again, but I'll.
Now I'm muted. I'm going back. He said he had the formal the meeting with former counsel in camera and then current counsel in camera. And it seems like an oxymoron because in camera is we can't see it. So I guess there's just a court reporter in there with him. But he's gonna come back really fast. Thank you guys for rewatching this with me. This is like, oh my God. Charlie got away with more than Wendy got away with, though, because all her efforts to thwart this were all, Georgia had something for her. Now, why do you guys think the state wasn't more adamant about having him dismissed? Is it because they knew it would delay? Because I would think, I mean, I trust in Georgia, I trust, please believe. Georgia and Sarah, Georgia Kappelman, Sarah Dugan. Why do you guys think that she wasn't like more full-throated about, yeah, he needs to go? They stood neutral on it. I'm thinking because of the time. I mean, they've spent so much money. And then Georgia said at the end there, time and expense. So you see, how do you not feel sorry for her here? Like she's blowing her nose and sad and like, it's like, this is her surrogate son, I feel. He said she's like the mom, and so she's just really losing it. Okay, let me fast forward. I just want to see one. Anybody read lips from the side? Drop it in the comments if you know what they're saying, or drop it in the chat, I mean. See, does she look like she thought this was possible? He's not dying. He's just off the case. This is not what I want to be doing in my old age, guys. Make good choices. Make good choices. Okay, let me see. How do I scooch this forward a little bit? I just want to go up a little bit till the judge comes in. Okay, there, let's just be nosy for a second. That's the new third-party counsel who came in to advise her properly of her rights. She's not even leaning into him, though. She's not feeling. She doesn't have that rapport with him, that relationship. I mean, how would she? She just met him. He just was called on yesterday after that bomb got dropped in the afternoon. She's starting to pull. I mean, she's a tough broad. Listen, I know Donna's going to bounce back, and this is all for her. If she comes up with a new story, I'm only saying new because I'm presuming she was going to go with Charlie's extortion. But now she's not married to that. She can walk free of that and come up with something else. Oh my God. What did she call him again? Yeah, Jibbers has not beaten the Markells yet, girl. He's stomping on you from up above. She looks petrified, though. Okay, where's Judge Everett? Good Lord. Come on in, Judgy. Okay, they're standing here. Oh, wait, did I go too far? Dang it. I just want to hear this last bit because Georgia makes a reference about it being expensive. Don't they used to have the little thing where you could move it ahead like 5 seconds? Georgia's hair color, I'm loving it. It looks a little whiter. It's more like platinum icy blonde than usual. Okay, here we go. It looks good. Georgia looks good. Georgia and are badass.
Everyone can be seated. The court has concluded its in-camera hearing with formal counsel and remaining counsel, Mr. Morris. Mrs. Adelson, depending if you choose to hire additional counsel or just reset the trial date, you'll certainly be able to work with Mr. Morris as your attorney in making that decision. But the trial is going to be continued from today. The jurors will be released this afternoon. Again, as to the inconvenience and delay that this has caused, I'm not happy, but at the same time, we're trying to get this right so we do not have to do it a second time. I will speak with the parties again when we have the next case management hearing. We are in recess. Yeah, or have they reported yet? I can go down and release them again, but
Oh God, yeah. Anyway, I was admiring Georgia's hair with the money piece in the front and it's icy blonde this time. Y'all, you cannot make this stuff up. You could not make. Okay, who has nobody in their family that they can tell this about? Because if I call my mom right now with all the excitement and like adrenaline that I have right now, she'd be like, who are these people? Like, oh my God. Yeah. Right. Right, Nina? It looked like it was like it just knocked her on her ass. Like she had no idea this was a possibility, which why wouldn't they talk to her about it yesterday? Like here's what we're gonna argue for, but this is what the law says, right? We read the case law on the last live. So if you go to the video right before this one, you'll see it. But yeah, it was, oh my God. But again, let's look at the bright side for her, the bright side for the Markells, because having to do a second trial is not good for anyone. I mean, look at the whole Katie situation, which why she didn't take the offer that was given to her for full immunity, I will never understand. But we won't have to do it again, right? And so, because I think it would be hardest for them, no matter how hard it is, no matter how much it costs, it would be hardest for the Markells to have to sit and listen. I don't know how they sit there and look at the autopsy photos, quite frankly. I never looked at like the crime scene photos for my brother. I saw him obviously after he died, but I never looked. I didn't want to see the injuries, or I just couldn't. By the time I saw him, he was presentable. But it is. They've sat through all those trials and looked at those photos. Maybe Georgia gives them a heads up by now and they can step out. But yeah, like going through the trials again and again is hell on the family. I can't imagine what the Markel boys are going through. Like it's all brutal. So even though it sucks and it's quite expensive, it's the best thing for everybody. It's the best thing for justice. And, Donna will have to get over it. Don't do crimes, ma'am. At your age, you should know, don't do crimes. Oh, wow. Rash is going on vacation for a mucho long time. He needs to go back on vacation. Remember when he came back from Charlie's, he was like slim and tan. And then he came back for these motions in lemonade with more chins than a Chinese phone book. I was like, what happened? And it wasn't just because he cut off his beard. I'm not going for that. That was a lot of chins. I think the defense did this on purpose. See, that's what I was thinking, Tony. But if they didn't prepare Donna because she wouldn't have had this reaction. She would have known. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it was part of a master plan. This seems like she did not see this coming. Donna is not that good of an actress. Those were genuine tears. So why? I mean, I guess no, because attorneys can talk to them without their discussions being recorded. Why wouldn't they tell her this? And well, Rashy is kind of sleazy. He could have wanted to cash those checks, knowing he should have stepped off. He could have wanted to cash those checks, and then I'm not accusing him of being unethical. I'm just saying what the possibilities are. Oh my God. I don't feel sorry for her one bit. I will never feel sorry for Donna. Let's not forget who she is. Yeah, those emails, those phone calls. You're right. Hi, Yana. So in camera is a Latin term which literally translates to, in chambers, but carries the meaning in private. Cornell Law School. Thank you. Oh, in private. Okay. So Tony's agreeing with Rachel. All right, I'm simping for Donna. Can't say I do either. I'm just an old woman who made some bad decisions. Charlie got revenge on his rat fink mother. They're going to run out of money and she's going to wind up with a public defender, just, ooh, like all the rest of us peasants. It's funny because a little bird told me that they are not liquid. They are running out of money. Well, actually, that they're poor. They have assets that they cannot make liquid. Probably not always accurate, so I'd be a bit wary. Badgered witness. Thank you, Kathy. Hit the like button, y'all, while you're here. She hired a hitman and thought she'd get away with it because she's a cute little old white lady. It's not cute. No, it's definitely not cute. I just like in their mind, again, I'm always fascinated by this behavior. Like, did you really think you were going to get away with this? Did your story make sense to you? Strength to the Markel family. Yes, definitely. It's been so long for them. I have a lot of respect for Danny's mom, Ruth. Like, that woman is strong. That woman is strong. And she's written a book and she sees it for what it is. And she's not bitter or nasty. She just tells it like it is as far as like what has happened to them. It's so unfortunate. And Danny was a brilliant man. I think that's really part of the problem is like Wendy did not want to be outdone, outshone. Because Danny was so brilliant. Do you know what I mean? And I think this is just my 2 cents, hence the name of my channel. Like, her mom wanted grandchildren that were Jewish, right? Those are her only Jewish grandchildren because obviously Wendy is Jewish. But Charlie's child can't be Jewish because the mom is not Jewish. And it's an out of wedlock. Not to say anything, I'm just from Donna's perspective, right? And so that was the whole thing with the oldest son where he went and married a Jewish woman because his parents did not approve of his Asian wife. And then he was like, I don't care. And he married her and they came to the wedding and they're wearing like the Indian garb and all that. But it's, you know, maybe she farmed Wendy out for these children. And Wendy was like, oh, I'm going to get you back then. And she was like, Wendy told all these horrible things about Dan. And when you hear everyone else, you're like, oh my God, he sounds amazing. Do you know? I mean, I know there's 2 sides to everybody and some people are going to love some people and other people's aren't, but she made it sound like he was all bad. And Donna and Charlie were so willing to take that story in and not be objective and be like, well, wait a minute, Wendy, like maybe he's not good for you, but he's like an okay person. But none of us get to decide who lives or dies, do you know? And they took that in their hands. So it just is like, what? The mom, I can't even imagine. My mom was like, and then they've lied to the boys all this time. It just is like really crazy. It's really crazy. And through it all, like Ruth is there. She wrote the book. She does talking, speaking engagements. And it's just, yeah. Even in the interrogation, Wendy was nasty about Danny's mom. Just saying negative stuff. That's always a sign of guilt to me when you're in there talking bad. She's talking bad about her husband. Like, how many times does that happen in true crime? Like, that's the suspect in here saying nasty things. Like Sarah, when she's in there, oh, George was this, he was known for running into walls. Now, how many people have we heard from? Not one person said George was known for running into walls. What? Like the walls are just jumping out at him? But that's like in the olden days when women were abused and they'd be like, oh, I ran into a door. Like, on this side of your face, you ran into the door. It just, yeah, they're nasty people. And Donna only had bad things to say about him. But how can you hate him so much and love the grandchildren when they are a part of him? They're literally half of him from a biology perspective. Do you know what I mean? Like, biologically, Dan Markel. I think they just wanted a sperm donor. They should have just went to California Cryo. I can vouch for their services, and got some vials of sperm. And there's a ring involved in that case, right? Wendy made off with Dan Markel's Holocaust survivor ring. Just like Sarah's in the room asking about when can she get George's ring off his literal cold, dead hand. And where is that ring to this day? Like, that belongs to the Markels. Where is it? Okay. I gotta calm myself down. Let's talk about something happy because these people. I'm happy that Donna now has to pay for all the added expense for this change. If you listen to any of her voicemails, 90% of it concerns how much. Oh, yeah. Is it only 90, Barbara? Are you being generous? Because that is her primary concern about everything. I have no sympathy either, especially with that side eye to see if the camera was on her. Okay, fair enough. This is what I think of all this. Bah, oh my God. I know what you're saying, Tanika, but she was grinning ear to ear just a couple. Yeah, apparently she was in there kikiing before this too. I told you Katie Kool Lady was in there saying they were over there laughing and cackling like mean girls. So, okay, gibbers is honestly potentially the stupidest word I've heard in my life. Like none of what this family has done is a cute look. Yeah, that's such a weird thing. And then Wendy was like, "Oh, when he was abusive, I used that to take control." Like, what? What are you saying? It's all performance. Okay. Georgia is slaying, right? The hair, the money piece, the suit, the energy she was giving. I have a mad crush on Georgia. Nice. I didn't go north to watch in person. I thought did you, Leslie? Yeah, I'm glad you didn't either. Although I am glad that Katie Kool Lady went there, at least for the true crime community perspective, because she's the one that had looked at that motion yesterday. She just happened to be at Tim Jansen's office because she had asked her supporters, her followers, to have chicken cacciatore because it was her sister. Her sister was unalived by her husband, by the sister's husband. So it was her sister Cindy's birthday. So she was like asking all of the followers, or is it, it's not followers on, you know what I mean, her people, her tribe, to have chicken cacciatore in honor of her sister on her birthday. So someone named Mia Wallace, like the Pulp Fiction Mia Wallace, but obviously not her. She's on Instagram if you guys want to follow some true crime stuff. Mia Wallace is on there. Katie Kool Lady is on there. Sent the chicken cacciatore after talking to Tim Jansen, who she was like, "Do you know Kathy?" And he was like, "Yes." So she sent the chicken cacciatore there for Kathy, and so Kathy went to get it, and then she told Jansen, "Hey, what is this? Like, this came up on the docket today. What does this mean?" And then it kind of blew up from there. Surviving the Survivor went live with Tim and someone else, and like they're like, "This is a big deal, guys. This is like the judge said, a hand grenade." Charlie threw a hand grenade yesterday into the trial. So this is the explosion. When is the next case management hearing? That I don't. Hey, Rids, how are you? I'm not sure. I'm sure they'll list it in the on the docket probably by end of day today if it's not up already, because clearly they were starting jury trial, so they didn't have another case management scheduled because the trial would have been in progress. So they've got to set that. If he said it, I don't know. I've been in and out of here because I'm supposed to be doing something else right now on my day off. Yeah, but Mr. Morris needs time to regroup and figure out, talk with Donna after she's less emotional. Are you hiring someone else? Because he's saying, like, the judge asked him, would you be able to continue today? And he said no. He was like, just from the division of labor alone. So maybe like in 2 weeks or so, they'll do a check-in of like, what do we want to do? But Georgia did say she wasn't happy about it either. And the judge was like, no, I'm not either. I believe heavily in taking the time to read the source documents, but like Wikipedia, it's like a game-changing jumping off point. Oh yeah, Wikipedia, because it's edited by people, but it could be smart people, it could be not so smart people, it could be people up to something. But yeah, like I like to have two sources, but I like information. He looks like he's gonna go into his chambers and pull a Florida Evans. Damn. Is that from Good Times, Florida? Or is it Florida? I might be saying it wrong. Florida Evans. And we lucky we got him. Good Times. So is this Daniel's fault? Who's to blame here? I don't know if there's ultimately, yes. I would say ultimately, yes, because he shouldn't have tried to represent them, but he did it with Donna's consent, and Donna stood before the court and said, I knowingly, willingly waive that right. But now it's come to a point where it's beyond just her waiving it, even though she stood up today and said, I would not seek an appeal on this issue. Everybody has decided it's too great a risk. And there's also like, is that really waivable 100%? She could come back later and say, I didn't fully understand. You know what I mean? So they want to keep it airtight. Daniel, although he's saying it's like her mom, he was getting paid. Do you charge your mom for stuff, sir? So he's going to be laughing all the way to the bank. Is it October 15th, Leslie? Oh, look at you. Thank you. Okay, so a month, a little more, a little less, as Cashman would say, is an icy boss lady. Yes, coming through. Georgia's like, I got on a fresh pressed suit. Hair is fly. I'm ready to go. I love how she did the voir dire for Charlie's channel. She's like, or Charlie's channel. I gotta slow down. I'm too excited. I love how she did the voir dire for Charlie's case, because she just talked to them like regular people and not all of that like showtime that Josh Dubin did. And so I think from that point on, the jury was with her, right? She won them over. They understood. They felt that she was personable. Because sometimes attorneys aren't. Some of them have God complexes. And she doesn't give that vibe. If she has it, it's in secret. I had to update my mom on the Cliff Notes data, Lisa. Oh my God, nobody saw this coming. I hope everybody can get their flights changed and come on home. Make sure it starts first. Okay. Nobody in my family cares. Thank God for True Crime Friends. Exactly. I have you guys, because my mom will talk to me about politics so the cows come home. But true crime, she's like, who are those people? Why do you care? Why is that your business? From the Queen of Nosy, mind you. I got it honest. My mom doesn't even care about whatever I'm doing, laughing my ass off, let alone true crime. Oh no, I'm sorry. I can prattle to my husband and he tolerates it. I'm sorry. Sounds like my husband. He has no idea about any of these cases. Now this will overlap with Boone Loon's case. Ugh, it better not. Well, if it's October 15th, if that's the status hearing, it's not going to overlap because Sarah's going to trial on the 7th. We doing jury on the 7th. We're going to get Miss Ma'am to her forever home. Still good. Still could be very juicy and entertaining. My mom pretends to care for my sake. Oh, that's bless her. Look, bless her heart. Charlie should have just stayed in South Dakota, right? He got a free trip to somewhere. I think he liked it in Leon County. He had friends. Remember, he was giving out commissary and whatnot. Maybe the girlfriend could bring the baby, his son Roman, to see him. Okay, yes, Sam is co-signing. It's October 15th. So we'll have to figure it out. I might have to take that day off of work. They're going to be like, man, where are you going again? I plan to go to Boone. Oh, it is? Leslie, will you do lunchtime check-ins with me if I do lives for Boone, and just tell us like what the vibe is in the courtroom and what the jurors, their facial expression and whatnot? If you let me know, I'm going to put my email in the chat if you're down for it. You don't have to show your face if you don't want to show your face. We just want the information. Show us. Tell your true crime buddies what's happening. Okay. Oh my God. Boone might be gone by the time Donna starts now. Don't cross it up. And actually, it's good for me as a content creator because then we could put Sarah in her forever home and I can deep dive into Donna because I've been deep diving in the background, but I haven't been able to post about it because Sarah's dropping it like it's hot every day. The taxpayers pay for Charlie Shyster to be transported. Yeah, the taxpayers pay for a lot. Subpoenas. I don't know who else had to travel. I don't know if everybody else still lives in Tallahassee. Anybody know if Lacasse still lives in Tallahassee? That I'd be interested to know. People have taken time off of work, lost wages. You know what I mean? Like the witnesses are not getting paid. I bet she is crying. Look at Olivia. She should cry every night, honestly, but I don't know how she gets a good night's sleep. Nobody feels sorry. I'm the only one simping. Okay, fair enough. She's a privileged white lady that always got her way prior to the murder conspiracy. That's true. And if depending on how the political wave moves, she might still be unanswering oh my God, her deed might be unanswered or her consequence. You know what I'm saying? Because what was it? Willie Meggs was keeping her safe for years. And they being the Adelsons had contributed to his campaigns for years. So I think he was a state attorney. So yeah, Is her hubby in the courtroom? No, girl, he's at home hiding. He might be packing his bags. Did they cancel those Vietnam trips, tickets? He might be somewhere else. He's not there, though. I don't think he was going to show up either way, just like they didn't show up to Charlie's case. Occasionally he like remembers some of it when I reference it later, and I'm always thrilled because, you know, I stay home with small children and don't talk to adults. John is getting a bit of well-deserved karma. Luckily for me, I was on maternity leave when Charlie's trial was going, so I saw every last drop. Maybe the defense planned it, but this was not the expected. I think that's where I'm leaning, Ms. LT. They had some kind of plan, but they didn't think it was going to come to this. Like maybe Rashbaum thought that he would be able to talk Charlie into it. He didn't get to talk to Charlie. He talked to Charlie's attorney. She took the information, came back and was like, hell to the no. No. Oh my God. I said I almost feel sorry for her. Ashes to ashes. Yes, he is unethical. Yeah. October is pre-trial, right? Case management is the 15th, it sounds like. You guys are just stronger than me because I see people crying and I feel some type of way about it. Now, I'm not saying she's gonna get what she deserves. Oh, true crime. Law and Order came on in my ear. That's YouTube. Let me turn this off. Something about a press conference at 2:30 for P. Diddy. Ooh, racketeering and sex trafficking. Why don't people just do right? I'm like, and this girl online, wait. He walks in the door and his wife is a chatterbox who just doesn't shut up ever. LOL, poor guy. I'm like, and this girl online. I'm excited to see SB score. Oh, yes. I don't think she's going to score him at first, though, because she's going to have 3 attorneys. She's thinking she's doing something when she walks in that court. Watch. And Judge Koenig is going to show her why and what for. For PD recommendations, not for public defender recommendations. Somebody said earlier maybe Sarah can be one of her attorneys. I'm like, oh my God. Oh, yay. I'm glad it's working. It's the headset today instead of the external mic. I think because Sugar Bear grabbed it and it dropped, something may be wrong in there. So I'm like, I got to test it out. But as long as I have a connection, I think I'm okay. When I'm showing video, I have to have a headset on. Otherwise, it'll echo. And then that's not a good experience for you guys. But I'm working on it. I heard what you guys said. I appreciate your feedback. So, yeah, I'm working on it. She's in jail even longer. Yes, she's not going to her forever home yet. Oh, I missed what Yana said. What was it? Okay, I don't know. My grandbaby has Miss Kathy, gossip, rumor, and innuendo instead of Miss Rachel. I'm indoctrinating her to be my true crime buddy. Oh, I love that. My son listens to Miss Kathy every morning too, twice, because I'm a member. Definitely check out Kathy's membership, Gossip, Rumor, and Innuendo if you haven't had it, because we get a video every day, sometimes more, from Miss Kathy. My favorite are her nighttime estrogen-infused rants. Y'all sound like us. He's basically the only person I talk with. We are both retired and with each other 24/7. Okay, Bama Green Eyes. For paying today's court fees, but instead Donna is liable. I don't think Donna is liable. Like, she doesn't have to pay for anything, and the taxpayers are paying for all of the court stuff. Maybe she was crying because she's going to be in jail longer. She probably thinks she's going to get away. Oh, with this BS. Ow. If she's thinking she's going to get away, she's not paying attention. Charlie's child can follow any religious belief that he wants to. He was talking to me. Car, motors, and sensors. I pretended to listen. Oh my God. That's like me and somebody talk about football. I can kind of follow it, but I'm not really interested or excited. Yes, hit the thumbs up. Thank you, Bama Green Eyes. She probably thought she was going home in a couple weeks. Now back to try. Oh, she might have. Because remember, Charlie thought he was going home and he was giving away his stuff, and Donna had booked him a hotel. So maybe it just surprises me. Like, what are you thinking? You know, you are as guilty as sin, guilty as the day is long, and you think you're going home? Is it because you think you're superior to us peons who can't use common sense? Like, Narcissists don't actually know how to love. All about control, always. Oh, interesting. California cryo, yay, reputable sperm bank, and it's been a few years, but sperm is cheaper than a divorce. Yes, it is, ma'am. Yes, it is. Sugar Bear is a product of California cryo bank. You missed the cackling. I don't know if it was on camera, Sam. It was Katie Kool-Aid is there in the courtroom because she was going to watch the voir dire of the jury. And so that when she came on live after the break, she was saying they were over there like mean girls, Donna and Rashbaum, cackling and giggling at the corner of the table together. So I don't know. Sugar Bear's at school. He's at school. I took the day off because I have family in town. But he went to school and I've been here. It's 2:30. I'm gonna have to go soon. But entitled Adelson crime family going down one by one. Justice for Dan. Wendy is next. Imagine having such a limited imagination that murder is what you come up with your $8 million of assets to solve problems. It's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. And like, did they not think of his mom and dad? Like how, like Donna couldn't put herself in Ruth Markel's shoes and think like, well, how would I feel if somebody took my son away? I mean, we know how she would feel now that is she's experiencing it, but he didn't need to die. Like you don't get to decide. And they just were like so matter of fact about it. Katie and Sigfredo and Louis, is it Louis or Louise? Louis Rivera. It's crazy. What does Kathy say? Katie got murder boobs out of it. It's like, really? Like, it's just a level of depravity that's hard to fathom. Did you catch the fact that the judge said the defense has to pay for? Oh, I didn't. Is that what you're saying? Why does Donna have to pay for? I did not catch that. The defense has to pay for the cost of all of this mess. I missed that. I'll have to go back. Thank you, Barbara. I'll have to go back and watch that. I missed that part. That's probably why she was crying. I wish I would have known that earlier. Oh my God. I love Tim. I wish he was on a different show. I think he was on Court TV last night. Someone said Carl Steinbeck and Tim were on there. I only can take Surviving the Survivor in small doses. Like I can't watch it every day. I'm not saying anything bad about them. It's just, small doses. You know how sometimes there's like a food you like, but you only can have a little bit of it at a time and then you'll come back to it. It's kind of like that. Rashbaum is probably totes relief. Why? Why do you think so? I'm trying to figure out if he set it up, but wanted a different outcome. Wendella's gonna get karma in one way or another, just a matter of time. Whether or not she moves to Austin or has already moved there does not matter. Oh yeah, she can move to Vietnam. 10/15, October 15th. So yeah, Sarah's trial starting on 10/7. So if they're having trial management on that day, I don't think they would go straight away to jury. That's like, case management. That's like an update on how things are going. What do you expect next? You know what I mean? I don't feel any empathy for Donna, not a bit. Okay. All right. I enjoy listening to Tim as well. And Tim is easy on the eyes. He's got zaddy vibes. We love you, Markells. Yes, we do. Good times. Oh, it is Florida, like the state. I was like, maybe it's Florida. Yeah, I remember her. I think the text that was read in motions last week changed everything. It was found after Charlie's trial. Yep. I think so too. The whole thing about him being killed by drug dealers because he didn't pay a drug debt. Like, what? It's Charlie's monkey wrench. I mean, he said it. Be 10 toes deep. That's what you said. What did you mean? Did anyone catch the conversation between Rashbaum and Kappelman before the judge entered earlier? No. Was it audible? Because they are loud whisperers over there. It's Rashbaum's fault. He was always way in over his head. He is a white-collar defense attorney. He had no business defending a murder charge. None. He knows better. You would think so, but Donna and Charlie thought he was amazing. He did such a fantastic job. Dan takes the blame and says he rushed it to Kappelman. What did he rush? Remember that us fast-speaking folks speed up things and the button slows it down for the moseying folks. Just speak. You're fine. It's like my brain is going really fast and my mouth is trying to keep up with it. And I'm like, nobody probably understands. Like, let me slow down. I played Tallahassee Democrat to catch up and caught it there. Okay, Sam, I'm going to go back and watch it because I'm going to have to leave you lovely folks Otherwise, I would love to watch it with you, but I do have to like get going and figure out what I'm wearing to this fancy dinner tonight. My husband pretends to be interested. I just remind him of what case I'm rambling about, and he nods his head. Southern Heathen, I like your name. Okay. Oh, yay. I hope you would love, yes, I sent you my email. Let's get in contact and I'll send you my phone number. I just don't want to put my phone number here on the chat because I leave the live chat on. For the replay crew, I appreciate you. If you want to see what we talked about that did not pop up on the screen, live chat is on replay. I find it hard to feel bad for her if she truly had her grandchildren's father murdered. Fair enough. It's the tears. I'm a reformed people pleaser. It's the tears. I don't like to see anyone cry. That's the delusion and tunnel vision. When you have money, you get this false sense of superiority. Donna wanted to off her grandkids' father, who she knows they love, no sympathy. Yeah. And then even they're still punishing the grandparents by limiting her. I'm thinking of Ruth, but both of them, by limiting access to the grandchildren in the way that she has. Never mind the name change. I don't give a damn that she felt unsafe. Because why did you change the middle name then? Who was looking for him by his middle name? Okay, I'm going to stay calm. I just want to know what they put in the water in those Florida jails that Boone and Donna want these trial delays. I don't know. But they both are not missing any meals. I don't care how many breakfasts Sarah misses. It's not showing on that waistline. Let's take it off his kiosk for reimbursement. Oh my God. Sarah is terrified to go to prison, in my opinion. She doesn't want to be in a cell. Oh, I hadn't thought about that. But yeah, she's mentioned multiple times she's afraid of the cell. There's a merry widow taking care of Harvey right now. Oh my God. Helping him get to and from. Subscribed. Oh, thank you. Welcome. I appreciate you. So here's the thing too, because if Wendy is really gone, I don't know. But who is with Harvey? Charlie's gone. Rob don't F with them. It probably is a merry widow, Kathy. Somebody's taking care of him by hook or by crook. Let's see, what is this? Donna deserves everything she gets. No amount of tears will bring. You are 100% right, Colette. You are 100% right. And no matter what, she'll still be alive, right? Even in prison. She's going to die in prison for sure. But that's still more dignified death than having your head, SB has dropped some new motions this morning. I haven't read. What? Saw it on Transparency. Oh my, I can't with Sarah today. I have family here. Is Sarah Boone Thursday? Yes, in the afternoon. I will not be live. I'll meet with you guys in the evening. I have a dermatologist appointment. I've waited 4 months to see this dermatologist because my prior dermatologist stopped taking insurance, so I cannot reschedule that. I just got a new job and I'm bummed that I'll miss. Oh no. Do you have a job that allows you to wear headsets and put your phone in your pocket? Definitely a member. Gotta cover baby's ears. Yes, because Kathy goes in. Oh my God. If you're having a bad day, Miss Kathy will get you right. You're going to get your gossip. You're going to get your rumor. You're going to get your innuendo. You're going to be all right. I worked from home for like a year and a half as like sort of a telephonic nurse thing. And I went through approximately, 976 headsets. Every toy in the world, but they can't resist. Oh, it's the same. That's how the microphone got knocked on the floor. Anything I have, Sugar Bear is like, oh, I want that. I want to play with that. My husband is like, is Charlie Adelson your friend? Sir, pay attention. He's like, why are you talking about this Charlie Adelson all the time? Should I be concerned? I'm sure I heard Judge say defendant. I missed that part. So I'm glad. Fuck around and find out. She done found out. I love calling prison Sarah's forever home. Yeah, that is her forever home. They are waiting on you, Miss Boone. They are waiting on you. They're going to roll out the red carpet. They're going to tell you to stop talking crap and pick up after yourself. Oh, yeah, Ashes is saying that. I saw that SB is wanting personal property return. Her phone, oh my God. They're not giving her that phone back. There is a way. I've heard them say it multiple times. There is a way for her to hire a digital forensic analysis or an analyst and have all of that stuff done in the secure room where it's not going to connect to Wi-Fi. I'm annoyed that Owens is entertaining that BS. They think they are smarter than everyone else. Yeah, they had to have. Clearly, Charlie thought he was smarter with that ridiculous extortion. That didn't even make sense. It didn't at all. And somebody's going to have to do the research. I don't know if Katie will ever tell, but there's some reason connected to the Adelsons that she did not take that deal. You have children, you have a special needs son, and you don't take the deal that lets you walk free? For what reason? Because you couldn't have thought you were going to get off. Only one person on the jury voted not guilty, and they said because they felt bad for your kids, that the kids would have no mom and dad, and then you traipsed your little behind right back into court to do it all over again when you could have been at home. I cannot tell you how many headsets I pay like $1 million to be delivered in an hour. Oh no, because I woke up and found my one to be broken by a feral child. COVID was worse. I'm so sorry. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Okay, there are too many comments. I'm not going to be able to get through all these. I will read them, but you guys won't be here when I read them, because when I close this, I'll still be able to see it. I appreciate you all spending time with me, hopping on last minute. And yes, justice for Dan Markel. Justice delayed is not denied. I'll see you guys again. We'll be talking about some boom, 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 boom. I love you all. I'm looking for my outro. Thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate you. Toodles. Talk to you later. Bye.